Our producer told me to do that. March is Women's History Month, so we are continuing to highlight amazing women throughout our history. So today we feature a major figure in civil rights and women's voting and a women's voting activist.
Today we're highlighting Fannie Lou Hamer. Now, Fannie Lou Hamer was a legendary civil rights activist who led numerous voting drives and co-founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. Born into a family of sharecroppers, Hamer managed to complete a fair amount of schooling despite being tasked with picking hundreds of pounds of cotton a day. Just think about that. She later married and began working as a timekeeper thanks to her ability to read and write. Now, this was around the time that she became a field secretary for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, working on the front lines of nonviolent protests with the civil rights organization. Now, perhaps her most noteworthy moment came during the 1964 Democratic National Convention. The Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, which included Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., had come to Atlantic City to challenge the all-white Democratic delegation from Mississippi, many of whom were segregationists. Hamer demanded that the Credentials Committee seat the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party delegation. She originated Get Loud with Security, and she cleaned up on the craps table. Now, when Hamer got a chance to speak at the convention, she delivered one of the most important speeches of the entire civil rights movement. She gave a powerful first-hand testimony of how she was arrested and severely beaten by police officers for trying to register to vote. Her speech was so intense that President Lyndon B. Johnson held an emergency press conference just to interrupt it from being shown live on national television. This former sharecropper had the president so scared that he held an emergency press conference about absolutely nothing, just like your supervisor. Fannie Lou Hamer's courage was a big reason why the Voting Act of 1964 was passed. She continued to champion the causes of civil rights, anti-poverty initiatives, and political activism for the rest of her life. This woman pulled herself up from the absolute bottom and changed the nation for the better. Next time you're thinking about not going to the polls on Election Day, think about the sacrifices she made for all people to have that right, and then reconsider. Also, if you don't have to pick bushels of cotton, you should probably stay in school.
Well, for all of her great work, Howard University gave her an honorary degree in 1972, and she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1993. If there is someone you want us to feature, you can let us know with the hashtag GetUpDC. It is 6:18.